There's nothing more wonderful than a beautiful vegetable garden right outside your back door. And today we are visiting with Jill Andrews, and Jill is a new gardener. So tell us how you got started gardening, Jill.
Yeah, so last July, it was the week of my husband's birthday. His birthday is July 14th. So I put him to work all week with pickaxes in this area, and we just sweated it out for days and days and days. And yeah, this is the only flat part of our yard because our yard is so hilly, and this is the sunniest part of our yard. And it's great.
I love it. And so was your husband kind of bemoaning this, or did?
No, not really. He's really into it as well.
Very good, very good. So placement is key, as you know. So what you've done is you've selected these sunnier areas of your vegetable garden for your more sun-loving plants that you've got.
Yes, yep. I've got the tomatoes and the okra, Brussels sprouts, peppers, you know, the stuff that really loves the sun. Our yard we have so many trees around. We're kind of surrounded by woods, and so it's pretty shady, so everything grows slower here. I have to be a very, very patient gardener.
And do you like that part?
You know, I think there's part of me that's come on, but it's also great, I would say, because it's been so hot in this area that I think like the shade is actually maybe helpful.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good. So you started this part is of planting in April.
Yes.
And I love how you've tied little red ornaments to your tomatoes to keep the birds perhaps away when they do.
I think it's working. Yeah.
I hope so, right?
I think so. Yeah, my tomatoes are mostly still green, so.
Well, you know what? Mine are too, and I'm in a full sun area.
All right.
So
that
maybe
makes me feel better.
You might not be as far behind as you think that you are.
Okay. Yep.
So what you've done is you've just you've varied it, and you got basically a row of each thing. So tell me what you like most and what your challenges are as you vegetable garden.
Well, so this is the first time I've grown okra, and it's working really well so far. It's shooting up, and the plants are producing fruit, and it's great. Brussels sprouts are getting eaten. I have, you've seen probably a lot of those white moths.
Yes.
They are everywhere, and so that's one of my biggest challenges is just keeping the caterpillars at bay. But yeah, so the tomatoes, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 varieties, and they're slow growing, but they're doing great. And then these are my peppers. I've got all kinds, like green peppers and red peppers, and then jalapeno and cayenne. So these are, bush green beans. And then I've got
these carrots, because I am also a huge fan of carrots, and I grow them, but I live on a rock.
So do we.
Okay, so you've had to kind of build up your soil a little bit to make your carrots happy here.
Yes, it's very rocky, and this is my second harvest. The first harvest and garden that I had here was a fall garden. So we started it in July, so it started in the summer, but it really was a fall harvest. And so, this is my second time with carrots, and they're doing so well. I'm excited. I haven't pulled any out yet, but I can see that I have some that are potentially ready.
Yes.
Yeah. I honestly love all vegetables. When I was growing up in Illinois, my mom had a garden, and she would always wonder where the broccoli went. And the broccoli was actually going straight into my mouth. When I was out there playing, I would just pick the heads of broccoli and eat them, and I still love doing that.
I love it.
Yeah.
You've been in the music industry and a singer and songwriter for a couple of decades.
Yeah.
Is gardening kind of like writing a song?
With being a creative person and writing songs, sometimes you get a little frustrated. Like, I'll sit in my studio and I'll try to write a song, and some days it goes better than others. Some days I can't come up with the lyrics I want, or the melody isn't quite right. But when I come out to the garden, I can feel like immediately accomplished in what I do. If I plant something, it automatically just fulfills something in me. And it's just such a peaceful process. Nature has always provided a whole lot of inspiration for me. Watching the bees and watching the spiders and just all the interesting life out here that if you don't stop and slow down and pay attention, you will not see, you'll just miss it. And it provides a lot of songwriting inspiration.
Very good.
Yeah.
That's nice. And you know what? What I like about it is that it's organized. So it's almost like a piano keyboard.
Yeah, it
almost.
is.
You've got it all
Yeah.
kind of arranged just so.
Yeah,
and
that's
it's
true.
And it's logical.
I think the challenge is the organization of it for me, where to plant the things, because the sun moves gradually over the course of the day, and it's hard to know what is actually the sunniest spot in my garden. And so I would say it's like the trial and error is the challenge for me, of just figuring out like what the best placement of things are, and the bugs, the bugs, you know.
So Jill, let's look at the other things you've got planted here, because you've got so much variety crammed into a little space. I mean, look at your greens.
Yeah, the greens, I feel like the greens they are flourishing the best because it is a shadier garden, so they last longer. I mean, my lettuce is now bolting, but the Swiss chard is amazing over here, and the kale is doing so well. I just replanted arugula right here.
Nice.
I had it over there and it was doing great, but then it all went to seed. So I was trying it again kind of in a shadier spot. But yeah, we eat tons and tons and tons of greens. So that's our heaviest crop.
Well, and you know what? Even when my lettuce bolts, I still cut it and use it.
Yeah, same. Yeah, it still tastes great. So.
Exactly. And so, now I may need to shred it sometimes to utilize some of get the toughness out of it, but I still use it.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, this is pollinator heaven.
It actually is. This is Agastache, and there's 2 plants here, and I bought them because I knew that they were native.
Right.
And I didn't realize how tall they got, so I put them right in my garden, and it provides even more shade, but the bees and the butterflies are just all over it from morning until night. They're just all over it. When I'm watering, I'm always like, I don't want to hit you guys. Can you guys move? So this is like, I'm so happy I planted this.
And is this a new planting? Did you plant this year?
I planted this 1 year ago.
1 year ago.
Yeah.
So it obviously loves the spot. Yeah, I thought it was one big huge plant.
Yeah, it's 2. It's 2, and I planted some goldenrod over there as well. Just,
nice. Nice. I love this little herb garden.
Thank you.
And you've just kind of made it out of things that you found?
Yeah, so when we moved into this house, there was honestly like a lot of trash in the woods. And I think the previous neighbors or generations, they kind of just threw their stuff. I don't know, maybe there wasn't a good dump system back then. I don't know. But we found a lot of cinder blocks, and we've kind of used them for a variety of things. And I was really trying to not spend a ton of money on my garden this year, so I planted a lot of things by seed. And I thought about buying containers, and then I was like, what if I use cinder blocks? So I found these cinder blocks in the woods, filled them up with dirt, and then I just put plants in there. And so far, it's been great. It's worked really well, and they're right outside of my back door next to my kitchen, so I can come out here with scissors, can have my kids come out here with scissors right before dinner and cut fresh herbs. It's really awesome.
And again, it gets sun, but not too much sun. But I like it because it's self-contained.
Yeah.
So everything is just kind of in its own pot, but not really.
Yep, it's great. And I have all the herbs that I love out here, so it's excellent.
Perfect. You have really epitomized what it means to start gardening, Jill. And that's what we like to show our viewers. And it's really been an honor to see how you've done it, what you've learned in the process, and thank you for introducing us to your garden. It's lovely. It sings a nice song.
Thank you.
For inspiring garden tours, growing tips, and garden projects, visit our website at volunteergardener.org or on YouTube at the Volunteer Gardener channel, and like us on Facebook.